And welcome, guys. Welcome back to Wrong Side Simulations, bringing you the best content from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. A little out of breath. Been running around a lot this morning trying to get this stuff ready and doing some other things. So, anyways, today is my first time ever streaming XP11. I've recently started dabbling a little bit in XP11. Getting a little bit tired of the performance issues in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it's like, you know what? Let's give a shot to X-Plane. I've never really been an X-Plane guy. A lot of this X-Plane stuff looks a little too cartoony. Me personally, inside the cockpit, the cockpit seems a little bit, I don't know, like some of the dimensions of the switches and buttons and stuff like that kind of seem off, and it seems like most aircraft, it just doesn't look the best. There's even some aircraft that I would say looks better in prepared than X-Plane, but nonetheless, I figured we'll give it a shot. I did do a couple short little flights just to make sure I actually remember how to start a 7.5. It's been a long time since I've done any or a lot of Boeing stuff, since there's a lack of those aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, yeah, there's like, you know what? Let's just let's get the flight factor 7.5. I got the 7.6 as well, and the 320. Bought a couple of airports. Got Orlando and Fort Lauderdale, which is what we're gonna be flying today, just to give X-Plane a shot. And then who knows? Maybe X-Plane 12 will be pretty nice. Maybe there'll be some more X-Plane stuff in the future on my channel. But anyways, now we got my breath caught back up. So this is not going to be like the most realistic stream ever. You know, usually I do a lot of Airbus stuff with flows and checklists and briefings and etc. Today on this stream, although I do plan to do an Airbus stream after this on Microsoft Flight Simulator, this is not going to be realistic. I don't have all the fancy add-ons like the environment stuff for X-Plane. Like, I don't know hardly anything with X-Plane, but I don't have like fancy ortho. I was actually trying to do ortho. I tried to download the whole state of Florida and it was taking hours, so bailed on that. But I don't have like all the fancy add-ons for the environment and the clouds and etc. etc. It's just going to be pretty much stock X-Plane with a couple airports and the flight factor airplane. So, we do have better pushback. Figured that out. What else? I think that's it. Who knows? So anyways, we're just going to be winging this one. It's also to just kind of show off the TCA Boeing Yoke, as well as Honeycomb Throttle. Although it turns out I do have issues with this throttle. I have a ticket in with Honeycomb. I'm going to be swapping this one out. Does not, well, as soon as I start, like right now we're in idle. If I start moving them up, it takes quite a bit of movement before you start actually getting some throttle movement in the simulator. So I'm going to be swapping that out. But in the meantime, we're hanging on to this one. Also got some fancy little knobs for the Honeycomb. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is the original one. It's very tiny, and compared to the ones I got off Etsy, and you can't really see it, but they're the ones I got off Etsy are drastically bigger and true to life for the 7.3, so makes it a little bit more realistic. Anyways, let's jump inside the cockpit and try and get this thing going. Who knows if I'll have issues or not. Alright, so first things first, battery on. Standby power. Let's get this stuff connected up. And we already have the GPU hooked up, so we'll get that plugged in and get going. Align the IRSs. Emergency lights. Fuel pumps can stay off. Nav light on. Window heat. Come on. our sign squared away. We'll leave the door unlocked while we're here on the ground. Put the temperature into auto. Trim air recirc fans. And air cart's hooked up, so we can turn the packs on. Don't need that yet. We can open that up just while we're here on the ground. And we'll start programming. Just save back where I want it. Alright. Let's turn the camera off. Glad that was still there. Kmco. Just plug that in. MCO as well. Lauderdale. Departing off runway 35 left. Since we're departing to the east, we want to take off the east side of the field. Depart on the Dandy 2. JIPOD transition. Execute. Let's go CUDA 1. JIPOD transition, ILS 10 left, transition onto the approach. It's going to be at Hollid. Over the legs, JIPOD that's in there. We'll keep that vector segment. All that looks good. Let's see, we need to get the aircraft loaded up. Should ought to be good enough. And, passengers want to do 170. Cargo weight 15,000. Fuel. That looks good. Oh, thought I had that open. Cool. So that started. Go up to 21,000 feet. Hopefully all that stupid noise isn't too loud. And our top of climb. Winds are 252 at 45. And this gaming mouse that I use is super sensitive, so it'll read like double clicks even though I just made one click. So fuel weights in there. Our reserves is 4.8. Cost index will go 30. Takeoff. Let's do a flex of 45. I don't know how people get their V speeds. Like I was watching Shaquille Oatmeal. And his FMS had a whole different look to it. Why is this popping up with a K? I've seen something right here. Anyways, they had a whole different look and was giving V speeds automatically. I don't know how he got that, but mine doesn't do it, so I just kind of put them in myself. Why is this? Actually, I better know why. Duh. Sure, I took everything out. I don't understand that. I've been noticing it's almost like these two FMSs don't tie together like they're supposed to. It's probably just user error. Oh, okay, so I guess I programmed route 2. Nice. CUDA. JIPOD. 10 left. Holid. Execute. Legs. Goes here. Alright, so for V1, let's do 134, 139, and then 142. This is all just off the top of my head, no calculations, nothing fancy whatsoever. I would like to change route 2 though. But I don't know how to get to it, and I don't care enough. Alright, coming over to autopilot panel. Let's see, full charts. Signed by ATC, so we're going to climb up to 5,000 feet. Flight directors are on. Our V2 is in. So all that looks good. Cool. Leave the squawk there for now. Alright. We'll go ahead and start up the APU. And while that gets going, shut the door, lock it. And just waiting for that APU to get fired up, and then we'll start pulling everything. Alright, so on the ground we can pull the, so let's just do remove all from airplane. Let's close all this stuff. Cool, so all that looks good. Let's get better pushback going.
All right, Captain, got the directions. Let me know through the menu when you're ready.
Alright. Let's come back up here. Get everything else squared away. Hydraulics come on. Fuel pumps can come on. Red beacon light. Everything else looks good. Sweet.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Well, he's real excited. Real excited. It's a very weird stream. Not used to this X-Plane stuff. I feel very lost, disorganized, but we will make it. So if I remember correctly, I believe we are down here at airside. What are we? Either airside 3 or 1. We got to get down to 3-5 left. Hopefully we're at 3. If not, we'll just cross up here, make our way down. We'll figure it out. I don't even know how to get the charts to show where I'm at, like what plug-in to put in.
Alright, looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Raj.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Tow's connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Right.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
So I got this extra little blue line. I'm guessing that's from route number 2 that I was programming. Didn't even know that I was doing that. This thing is cutting in all kinds of weird directions. Alright, we'll go ahead and fire them up. Hopefully they fire up. I was doing a little test flight earlier and engine 1 was doing some funky stuff. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. Turn the packs off. And let's go. We'll stay with number 2. We'll roll number 2 first. Dude going? Pretty sure it ain't where he's supposed to be going. Stop the pushback here. I don't trust this dude. He's going way the wrong direction.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Cool. We got a good start on number 2. Now we'll roll number 1.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Appreciate you. in super fast. We're on 30.06. Yeah, 30.05. Alright, good start on 2. Turn the packs back on. Auto. It's good. Driven up to 6. I don't know how anybody gets their performance on here. Alright, so at this point we've been doing our after start checklist and whatnot. But I don't have any of that. Actually, I do have a real life Delta 75 checklist. I forgot all about that thing. I'll have to get that for another stream one day. Alright, so let's get on out of here. We are in airside 1. So we have to go up to the east. It got much quieter. And we're clear left. They're clear right. So one of my big hopes as far as the stream goes is that I get much better performance out of XP11 only because I don't run all of the crazy add-ons or the amount of add-ons that all the other streamers are running. So I'm kind of hoping that it's a smoother experience for you guys as well. And there are not any steep bridges like this in Orlando in real life. There are some bridges, but it's very minor of a let's turn that down right there. It's very minor of a of an incline compared to what we just crawled up. we'll get that second camera on, since now we are using our flight controls. Now, why in the hell would there be standby? Why was that off? Oh, I think I hit that instead of the APU. I think we're still aligned. Hold tight right here real quick. Yeah, everything looks good. Let's get a flight controls check. Hit the right button. Alright, full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right and neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right and neutral. Flight controls checks complete. Taxiing fast as hell. Ain't got enough time to be doing any super long, slow taxis. Got another stream to get to after this one. Now I was gonna fly on back sim, but when I went to connect, it said that I wasn't installed correctly or whatever for X-Plane. So didn't even try after that. X-Plane's a good sim. Got some nice airplanes. But I don't know how much I'm really gonna be flying this. those off just because I don't want to mess with them in the air. And here we go. Clear left and clear right. Let's see. Runway heading is 005. That's what we're going to fly on departure. And Eeper. Airspeed's alive. Knots. Thrust is set. There's V1. Got positive rate. Where you guys can see it. Keep our climb going up to 190. Not too crazy about this flight director. Flight director is like, it's not smooth, it's very poppy in the way that it moves. autopilot 1. It's a pretty overcast day here in Orlando today. I can clear this out from, yeah, give me Route 1. There we go, Route 1 legs, cool. That's what I want. Years. EQ, what's up, ma'am? Alright, do I just, how do I check it out? Do I just go to your YouTube page, or, you can also, I can put my Discord in the chat as well. You can send me pictures there if you like. Just let me know. And here comes 10,000 feet. Now we're going to accelerate to our pre-selected cruise speed. Actually, it would be climb speed. 290 knots. Oh, right over my head, right? Yeah, man. First of all, I haven't been able to mess much with the sound and the stream and stuff. So let me know if the sound of the sim is too loud. I can always turn it down. Make sure you can actually hear me. But yeah, I got some pretty nice new stuff. The Honeycomb Throttle. The Honeycomb Throttle that I just got is a little defected. All the axes don't move as soon as you start to move them out of the idle detent. Okay, yeah, I'll turn it down. How's that? Let me know how that is. Usually I would do like a test stream, list it private, and then like watch it as I'm doing it and test the sound levels and stuff, try to get the sound quality right. But this was just going to be a real quick kind of messing around kind of stream. But yeah, so the Honeycomb that I got, it's a little defected. The throttle axes don't move. Like, so say you're in idle and then you start advancing the throttles forward a little bit, you would typically start hearing the sounds or the engine spoiling up as you're starting to gain some power. But with this one, you have to give probably 20-25% of throttle before you start to actually get any movement in the throttles in the airplane. And obviously, sweet. Obviously, if we're on the ground, I'd be able to show you compared like, using the cameras. We'll do it when we land. I'll show you what I mean. I've had to submit a ticket with Honeycomb and trying to get this exchanged. I bought it down at the Banyan Pilot Shop in Fort Lauderdale, and I was going to exchange it through them, and they were like, no, sorry, got to do it through Honeycomb. So I submitted a ticket like a week ago and have yet to hear anything back. This damn airplane, it does a lot of dinging in times that I would not think it shouldn't be dinging. Now, as far as this yoke goes, oh my gosh, this yoke is the best. I've messed with the yoke, which is really good. It's the like $1,000 yoke. I have a Honeycomb yoke as well. That I'm going to be probably selling. I don't know how I'm going to sell it yet, eBay or something, but I'm going to be selling it because I don't have any use for it. It's a really good yoke, very high quality, especially for the price point, but the pendular design that this TCA yoke has is just, man, you can be very, very precise. Tony, what's up, man? XP is pretty smooth compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And now to the point like this is really loud in my headset. It's very, very smooth. Granted, I don't have all of the ortho and all the crazy stuff that a lot of the other XP streamers have. I don't have the fancy clouds. I just have the Orlando. Actually, we got 1,000 to go. Let's go for 21. Final cruise. I just have I have 2 add-on airports of Orlando and Lauderdale, and then I have the flight factor 75, 76, and A320, and that's all I've got. So naturally, it would be a lot smoother than Microsoft Flight Sim, but I feel like it's kind of to be expected. That's kind of what I was wanting to go for, though. I was wanting to give viewers a smoother view than what I could with Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, but we'll be doing a 2020 or Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 stream after this one. Back to the old faithful Airbus. It sucks. Nothing worse than poor customer service. Yeah, and I'm sure Honeycomb is a pretty small company. And I've heard too that they've had a lot of quality control issues with the throttles, which I didn't know that up until I bought one and started having issues with it. I'm sure eventually it'll all get worked out, but it could happen a little bit faster. Whenever I went over to the Banyan Pilot Shop in Lauderdale, they have a Honeycomb Bravo throttle that people can mess around with before they buy one. And just to cross-check, I sat on AirSim, and as soon as I moved the throttles up, I was getting some thrust, whereas with mine I don't, so I know it's defected. But eventually it'll get worked out, I'm sure. Oh yeah, and also on top of that, just to show y'all, gotta love Etsy. Came across a person who makes accurate, like life-size Boeing throttle lever knobs. So this was the one that came with the sim, and as you can tell, it's very, very small. Like, this is supposed to be the part that fits in your hand. It's kind of hard to tell here, but these are the life-size knobs that I got this dude 3D prints on Etsy. I mean, hell, I can stick the original one inside of the new one. So just to give you a little bit of an idea, they feel much better in your hands, and it's cool to be able to customize them like that. For sure, I think X-Plane 12 with the streaming terrain graphics will be much closer compared to Microsoft Flight Sim once it's released. Yeah, hopefully. Maybe I'll get it. I don't know if I never touched this stuff enough. I've had X-Plane 11 for a long time. I just never really given it a good shot and like take the time to try to learn how to do a lot of the like better pushback and the plugins and all the stuff that X-Plane has. I've been enjoying them. I flew this little flight this morning just to give it a shot, and then did some like hand flying. I think a couple of days ago, just to mess around with the TCA and kind of get used to it a little bit more. Yeah, this thing is still dinging, ain't it? I guess it's because we're at cruise now. It would make sense to ding at cruise just so the flight attendants would know, but pilots should be doing that. Man, I'm curious to see XP11. I'll knowing me, I'll probably get it just to take a look. Curiosity will always get me. Why don't y'all hold your ears? Let's try a flyby. Yeah, just on OBS, I could tell that was loud. All the sounds went into the yellow. But man, this Honeycomb Yoke though, oh, it is so nice, so smooth in the pitch axis. Like the Honeycomb was relatively smooth, but as soon as you start to roll a little bit, like it was just a little bit of tug in it, and it kept you from being real smooth. But man, this Boeing Yoke, so smooth, so precise. It feels so good, and the way that it has that pendular effect in your, it's great. Would love to have the 5.7 mic. Yeah, and supposedly it's coming. There he goes, dinging again. Supposedly it's coming. PMDG had a little teaser. They did a Robert, I can't remember how to say his name, Robert Randazzo or whatever his name is from PMDG. He was on a live Q&A with Microsoft and Asobo, and he made the statement that he always keeps the aircraft that they're working on his desk, like models of the airplanes on his desk for good luck. And so, you know, he showed the 7.3, the 7.4, the 777, and then real quick he grabbed a 7.5 and went past the camera. And so now it seems like PMDG will be making a 757. So if it's true, if they're really doing it, man, that would be great, because they make obviously very high quality airplanes, and Microsoft Flight Sim definitely needs a 7.5. I'm like one of the biggest 757 fans in the world. She's definitely pretty. I'm impatient. Dude, I've been impatient. Shoot. I've been impatient for years and years and years. In fact, I told one of my coworkers years ago, whenever we first met, we found out we were both simulator guys, that we could only pray for a PMDG 757. Like, that would be the best thing in the world. And now it might be coming true. Want the 8380 already. Yeah, you know, I've never been like the biggest long haul. Ooh, that's loud. I'm just messing around with some of these little views I made. I've never been the biggest long haul person either, because I don't want to set up my computer for hours and hours. But I would definitely fly the A380, even if it's to do this flight, like Orlando to Lauderdale. I would totally fly it. It'd be really cool to fly an Airbus with 4 engines. Although you got to sit and wait forever on the startup. One of the only aircraft I've seen where I could probably drive under it because it's so off the ground. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it a few times in like at Gate, and I know like Korea Air used to fly theirs to Atlanta. I've seen them here and there. Man, they are just massive airplanes. Why is it telling me 129 when it says 130 right here? Stupid. 110.10 is the ILS freak. And then 96 on the course. and I'm not even going to try to follow the plates and get all technical. We'll just put 4,000 in, let the VNAV do its thing. It's one thing that X-Plane obviously does have over Microsoft Flight Sim is the ability to have VNAV. Just want to fly the huge giant. Hell yeah. Now fly the huge giant with like a 40 knot, well, maybe not 40, maybe like a 35 knot straight crosswind, and like crab that big old thing in the air. Hugely satisfying. So Tony, if you're still watching, since you know what airline I work for, and I can't say on here, but since you know what airline I work for, Google the name of my airline, and you'll see some pretty interesting stuff. Ugh, that scared me. I heard the throttles decreased and then the plane started pitching down. I thought something wrong happened. Yeah, man. It's crazy times. Crazy times. So I flew this flight earlier today just to try this out, see if I can get the airplane to work. I had a pretty terrible landing, so hopefully I can make a less terrible landing. Because you know we're streaming, we gotta touch it down softly. Yeah, I know it sucks. I wish I could go announcing everything on here. I'll be able to at some point. I just can't do it right now. But if you've heard anything in the news today, anything like outstanding news, or like big news, like big news in the airline world today, you'll know what I'm talking about. In fact, while when I first started my stream, family members calling me because of this stuff that's going on. So hopefully it'll be good news. Hopefully it'll mean good things. But who knows? You never know with the airlines. Airlines get wild in this world. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I can find it. So, copy, paste. Okay, yeah. There you go. Yeah, and only 15 bucks too, and I got mine pretty quick. I think I got them within at least like 4 or 5 days. Got them in a lot faster than estimated. Let's see what the altimeter is for Lauderdale. Drifted 11, gusting 17. Yeah, it's windy in Lauderdale. 3002. Whoa. You are welcome. Highly recommend them. And it seems they just used the screws that come with it. I didn't have to use any other screws, or he didn't put any in with the kit. It was solely just the knobs, and you unscrew the default ones and then use the same screws to screw them in. It's kind of hard to get it in just because the new knobs are so big. The airplane's getting slow. But eventually you can get it in the hole. So what time is it now? Figure out what time to do the next stream. Probably be on the ground in the next 15 minutes. Off stream. I gotta get a thumbnail picture too. In fact, while we're on descent, I'll try to get the next one scheduled. We're flying from Detroit. So we've got so we're going to work our way down, and then we have a vector. So once we get down, what we'll do is we'll just get down probably a little bit quicker than what's planned. We'll instead of riding out 5,000 through Winnar and Hollid, we'll just bring it down to 3,000 at Warrior and swing it around and cut a little bit of this off, shorten up the downwind. Damn it. Stand by, guys. The girlfriend's calling. Okay, we are back. Girlfriend was calling me to ask to put some stuff in the washing machine. Only call when they want something. So anyways, we'll just leave the vectors in there for now, and then as we get close, we'll cut it out. So on the next stream, we'll be back on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and we're going to be flying Delta Ops. I don't know if I even been on the flight yet, but we're flying down from Detroit over to Charlotte, North Carolina, and take a trip out there to go see the other YouTube streamer, Captain Shaquille Oatmeal. I don't know if y'all have ever seen any of his streams or not. He's a great dude. He's a ramper for Delta Airlines in Charlotte, and very, very nice guy, very down to earth. So just he flies nothing but X-plane. So therefore he has a lot more versatility in his streams than I do. He got the, you know, he flies the 75, 200, 300, 76s, Airbuses, a little bit of all the airliner stuff. He's got his PPL. We'll be working on his instrument ratings soon. But a really good dude, and highly recommend his streams if y'all haven't seen them. We're going to take a fictional trip out to Charlotte, North Carolina to go see him. Basically just flying to Charlotte. AQ, man, you know what's up. Girls only call when they need to do some little honeydew. Can you empty the dishwasher? Load the dishes for me, please. What do I get out of it? A kiss, nothing. Right. Ooh, not that one. So we got a crossing constraint here at Locker, 8,000 feet, which is why the aircraft is leveled off. Another reason why I love VNav, it'll handle all the constraints for you. Whereas currently with Microsoft Flight Sim, I'm having to use vertical speed and by eye meet all the crossing constraints. I think my Streamlabs app just took a dump on me. Whew, yeah, I bet. I'm not too far from that myself as far as just getting married. My girlfriend and I have been together for about 4 years. Her family been pressing pretty hard. Well, you're gonna get her a ring whenever you want to pay for it. Between y'all and myself, I would rather buy flight sim stuff than a ring. It's a little more fun, and there's no commitment. I do make those trips as well. Thought maybe I was just weird. No. You gotta find a reason to fly, right? Like, to do certain flights. Maybe it's flights you've already done before. So to make it new again. Or like you're just trying to figure out a general flight. And like, well, what's the one flight that gives me different motivation? Like today I was looking at the map on my little Delta ACARS thing, and that ain't it. But it shows you like where you were at last. So I'm gonna pull it up. Yeah, so it shows where you landed last and then all the flights they have from that airport. And I was looking around, I was like, man, some of these I've already flown into, like LaGuardia, and especially Atlanta. I've done a bunch to Atlanta, Well, outside of Florida. Plus, I don't want to sit in my computer for 2 hours. Well, I don't mind sitting in the computer for 2 hours, but streaming, you know, 'cause you got like 30 to 45 minutes of prep, and then you da 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 da. So I don't want to be on here too long. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go to Charlotte and go see Captain Shack. So that's what we're gonna do. All right. So now I should probably pay attention. Absolutely, more flight sim stuff. Yep. Especially as expensive as rings are. You can get a crazy setup for how much you spend on a daggone wedding ring. Alright, so we got 5,000 on the next one. I'm going to manually take over using vertical speed. We're going to get down there a little faster. Sure, temperature is 23 degrees and we are in cloud, so it's not visible moisture, or not icing conditions. So we're not worried about engine any ice. What app is that? Does it work with? Yep. In fact, that's pretty much what I use it on. It's just Microsoft Flight Sim. It is called oh my God. DeltaVirtual.org. I'll put it in here. Once you sign up, you'll go through and you'll download this little ACARS client. And then from there, you'll bid on what flights you want and go fly those flights. Let's see if I can show you the once you download the ACARS app. So either you can bid on flights through the website, which we were just on the website, or you can go to flights, new, put in say K, DTW, Charlotte, we'll search. And it's not just Delta, it'll pull up all sorts of airlines, which is great if you want versatility in your flying. You don't be stuck with one airline. So you got American, Delta, and Republic. And you just choose which one you want to fly. None of these have the 320, at least that are Delta. But it doesn't matter. You can select what you want, hit bid. Once you bid, go back, click on it. You would hit fly. Put in some details. If you're flying online or VATSIM, your cruising altitude, how many passengers you're carrying, what aircraft. And these are all real aircraft tail numbers. These are all the old AirTran 717s. But you go pick out your airplane, put in your route, hit start, and then it detects your flight, and you fly the flight. And it can detect if you're flying, you know, faster than 250 knots, below 10,000 feet, and all that stuff. So it's kind of keeping track of what you do. And your landings have to be less than 500 feet per minute. Otherwise, it will not count. You won't get credit for the flight. It's basically you're landing too hard. Alright, so we're going into heading mode, and while it's making the turn, I'm going to use this FMS. We're going to tell it, let's go direct, warrior, execute, put it back into LNAV, and it'll fly the LNAV. We're going to slow down now to 190 knots. Are you planning on getting one of those autopilot panels from... Ooh, haven't heard of them. I shall look now. SKALARKI. Ooh. Don't need to be showing me this stuff. Because I will buy this over a wedding ring any day. Project. So I'm on their website, but I'm not finding much of anything. I'm gonna look at it some more once I get on the ground. Definitely piqued my interest. I'm gonna go approach mode and we'll go flaps 5 before we stall the airplane, get into the stall buffer. Cause yeah, the website's not showing a whole lot. I'm going to dig into it some more. Oh, fail. Still learning smooth landings. Ring now going wrong. Landing is a very procedural thing, especially like in the Airbus. Once you get down to, like say you're on the approach, you're on the ILS, you can disconnect the ILS and fly by hand whenever you want, whenever you're comfortable. Most guys, including like real life pilots, will typically take over around 1,000 feet off the ground, as long as they're stable. Not stable, then they're going around. But once you're flying by hand, you're coming into land. Roughly 30 feet is when you go idle, or I'm not sorry, not idle. 30 feet off the ground, you start to flare, and then go into idle about 10 feet or so off the ground. That last little burst of acceleration will help give you that forward little push instead of just sinking, and it'll help get a little bit smoother of a touchdown. But I think you should go for it, man. It's kind of fun to fly on there. You only have to submit you submit 1 PIREP a month on that Delta airline deal. So you just fly once a month and you stay current. Alright, so our VREF, or V approach speed, is 129. Six out, so we'll go gear down, flaps 20. We're going to go V approach speed plus 5 for wind corrections. We got a customer that has one of those panels and they absolutely love it. I think I just got you in trouble though. It probably did. If you know off the top of your head real quick, how much is the panel? It looks like it's probably one of those realistic kind of things, and those are usually real expensive. Alright, getting settled into the pilot seat. I'm going to go flaps full. My airplane. Power lines are real close.
Minimums.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Ooh, bounced it. This This thing's really got sounds of people clapping. Well, we survived. That'll work. And we'll clean her up. Alright, so that y'all can see, the throttles are now in idle, right? And watch, I'm going to do it slowly. And you'll hear, I think you can hear, yeah. So when the throttle levers come off in the airplane, you can hear the sound. I'm going to slowly move them, and you see just how much of the axis is dead. It finally moves. That was a fair amount, and then from there they'll move, and that's just from the idle. Even from the reverse tent, detent. I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything or not, but that's a lot of movement. Not happy about it. So 1,200 delivered, I think it said. Conversion to USD. That's not terribly bad, really. And I have a coworker who I'm sure will probably buy it. Seeing now he bought the true to scale Airbus throttle and center pedestal. So he would probably like that to complete his collection. I'll let him spend the money, then I'll go hit his house and I'll fly it. And then I'll get hooked and then I'll do it after that. We'll have to save that to show them. So yeah, you can create dead zones, but the problem is the throttle, like the computer and the simulator, like everything does, like nothing detects any of that movement. So it's almost like that movement doesn't exist at all. It's just, it's dead. If you know, like if I could calibrate the throttle, which I mean I can calibrate it, but it's like even you go to calibrate it, it's not reading any movement. You can click this little button that says to read raw data, and it'll show every, I mean just very minute movement in the throttle, and even then when I'm moving them, it's not doing anything. We'll park here in this little random gate. There we go. We'll kill the engines. Hydraulics come off. Fuel pumps can come off. Beacon light off. API isolation valve can come on. Keep getting that air. Sweet. Hello from Israel. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you jumping in. I just landed and got in into the gate in Fort Lauderdale. I'm going to be trying to do the little replay thing that X-Plane has. This is my first time playing with X-Plane. So hopefully we can get it to work. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for stopping by and coming out to hang out with us. Let's see. So this little thing here. Something we were talking about a while ago in the stream. Apparently it doesn't want to work. So what would I click to view the panel? This is the home page. There's not a whole lot. Maybe this? Okay, here we go. Shop categories. What if we just want like everything already assembled? Basically build a whole A320 cockpit from that place. I definitely need to stay off of here then. So is this what you were looking at a while ago? Online shop in the top right. Damn, they got the circuit breakers. Dang. And then go to glare components. Oh, okay, so the guy that, let me go back in the chat. Okay, yeah, so the autopilot, I don't know why I was thinking overhead. Dude, that's not bad. And these are all the individual. Shoot. One day, when I'm big time, I am definitely going to have a full fixed base trainer Airbus setup in my house. Might be top of the pay scale, might take me a while, but we're going to get there. The Hot Wings Bombardier Global 650. So I watched several videos on that. I was pretty impressed by how they did the virtual FBO and like every door, every panel on the airplane opens and you click the correct like latches and spots to open the doors. That's obviously like a small version of a CRJ, and I used to work the ramp and work on CRJs a lot, and I can contest that every one of those little panels that they have on the inside and outside of the airplane, they are completely correct. Even like the way that you open the main cabin door from outside and how they do it on the inside, 110% correct. It's very realistic airplane. I was very impressed. Okay, I'm gonna just shut this off. Actually, no, I want to save this because I'm gonna show it to my buddy who will probably buy it, and then I'll just go play with his. Just save it under here. Cool. Alright guys, well, that's going to do it for this stream. Actually, let's try R. Yeah, I remember the button bindings. Let's see. Now, I don't really know. I'm going to turn the volume down too on this because it's probably going to be really loud. Yeah, I flared just a little too much. Damn, spoilers didn't deploy. Such a noob. Well, thank you, Tony. I appreciate it, man. It definitely helps that I got a shout out from Captain Shaquille Oatmeal. Like I was saying earlier, he's a good dude, and he gave me a shout out and had his viewers come by and raid my streams. I wish I could turn this volume down. Anyways, guys, well, that will do it for this one. And like I said, I'm going to do another stream here in just a little while on Microsoft Flight Sim 2020, flying the good old Airbus fly-by-wire A320nx from Detroit over to Charlotte. So if y'all aren't busy, you want to hang out, feel free to stop by. And as always, y'all have a great day. We'll talk soon.